Let's get right into it. I want you to think about a question that, on the surface, seems pretty simple, but it actually goes right to the heart of everything. And that question is, why are you really reading the Qur'an?
And look, you probably have a bunch of answers ready to go, right? For tradition, maybe, for knowledge, for comfort. But let's just push past all those for a second. What is the fundamental core reason that makes you open this book?
Because here's the thing. If you look at the Qur'an's own logic, it tells you that you're not reading it just to become a historian of ancient times, and you're not reading it just to perform some empty ritual to check a box. Those might be side effects, but the real reason? Well, that's something much, much deeper. Here it is. This is the core idea we're exploring. You are reading the Qur'an as an act of transformation. The book is designed to be a mirror, a filter, an engine, and its entire purpose is to show you what you are in the process of becoming. It's a journey of self-discovery, but through a divine lens. Okay, so how does this whole transformation thing actually work? Well, it all starts with understanding a really important distinction the Quran makes over and over again, the massive difference between simply hearing something and truly seeing it. So the Quran basically presents two levels of guidance. On one hand, you have hearing. This is the level of commands, of sound, of repetition. And it's important, for sure, but it comes with a huge risk. It can just become a ritual you do without any real understanding. But then there's seeing. This is a whole other level. This is insight, clarity, undeniable proof. It's a completely different dimension of faith. And listen, this isn't just some fancy interpretation. The Quran says it, plain as day. The path of the prophet is a call to God based on basira, which means clear, undeniable seeing. It's not about blind following. It's about a state of vision so clear that doubt just evaporates. And just look at how God's own method is described here. The promise isn't, we will tell you so you believe. It's, we will show you. We'll show you the signs all around you, in the farthest horizons and deep inside yourselves, until the truth becomes so obvious you can't deny it. So if the goal is to see, then how does the Quran actually make that happen? It's because it's not a static book. It operates as a living system, like an engine for guidance. And this engine has two core parts that cannot be separated. The first component is ayat. These are the signs, the verses, the divine knowledge itself. A good way to think about this is as the unseen reality. It's like a wave of pure potential just waiting to be made real. And the second component, that's hayat. This is life, your actions, your choices. It's how you embody that knowledge. This is the seen reality, the particle that actually manifests from that wave of potential. And right here, this is the engine. Ayats and hayats are like the wave and the particle in physics. You literally can't have one without the other. They're two states of the same reality. Knowledge without action is just an idea. Action without knowledge is just chaos. Real, true guidance only happens when those two are entangled. And the whole point of this system is so that you can reach a state of true life, a life that's based on the certainty of clear proof, not just on assumptions or what you've been told. Now, this living system, it's building towards something. Its most dramatic and, frankly, its most universal test. It's a kind of filter that the Quran says every single soul has an appointment with. And the archetype for this test, the perfect blueprint, is the story of Ibrāhīm. But don't think of it as just ancient history. It's a timeless pattern. First, the wave. The unseen guidance appears to him. Then it collapses into a particle, a decisive physical action of breaking the idols. And finally, that action is put to the ultimate test, the fire. And what happens? The fire is powerless against the truth. And right when you're thinking, wow, what is story for a prophet? The Quran makes it deeply personal. It reveals what you could call the fire law. And it explicitly says that Ibrāhīm's test, it wasn't a one-off event. It's universal. Every single one of us is going to face our own version of that fire. Yes, everyone. There are no exceptions to this rule. No one gets a pass. It is a fundamental, unavoidable stage in the soul's journey. It's the ultimate filter for what's real and what's fake inside of you. So this is huge. We have to completely reframe how we think about this fire.
It's not primarily about punishment. It's a purification process. It is a divine filter, and its job is to burn away everything that's false, leaving only that indestructible core of truth that is the real you. Falsehood is terrified of the fire. Truth just walks right through it.
So, what happens after you pass through this intense filtering process? Well, the system reveals its most creative power. It's a major turning point, where the whole relationship between knowledge and life actually inverts, creating something totally new in the world. You can think of it as the Maryam-Isa phase inversion. It's incredible. The ayah, the sign, the pure knowledge, becomes a particle. It takes on flesh. It becomes a living, breathing human being. And in turn, that hayat, that life, becomes a wave, a spreading mercy for all the worlds. And of course, this entire concept is anchored in the story of Maryam and Isa. In the Qur'an, they aren't just historical figures. They are presented as a living, walking sign. They are the very embodiment of divine knowledge made manifest. The weight of this is immense. To ignore a living, breathing sign from God is to repeat the exact same tragic mistake made with the she-camel of the Prophet Saleh, a tangible, real miracle that was rejected, and that rejection led to ruin. And this brings us full circle to the final stage, the ultimate point of this entire journey. This whole cosmic system of waves and particles and filters is meant to be reassembled inside of you. You see, when this system truly takes root in your heart, you begin to embody these different prophetic functions. Your heart gets the unshakable faith of Āsiyah, holding strong even under tyranny. Your hands take on the action of Mūsā and the quiet support of Harun. Your speech becomes like Isa, speaking living knowledge. And your sight, it gains the clarity of Ibrāhīm, witnessing truth and walking right through your own fires unscathed. You become Aḥmad, the one who confirms the truth. And so we end right back where we started. You read the Qur'an not to learn about a book, but to become part of a living system. It's a call from the unseen to the seen, from potential to reality. The wave of divine knowledge is calling its particle, and that's you, home. So the final question the Qur'an leaves you with is, where are you going?